So I just went to the movies, and something pretty weird happened to me there. Wanted to make a video telling the story. So anyway, I went to see the movie Pig, starring Nicolas Cage. It's a cool movie. Nicolas Cage is awesome in it, and the movie itself is pretty interesting. Definitely a different type of idea. It's about this guy that has a truffle hunting pig. Gets stolen from him, and then he goes to Portland to try to get it back. I thought it was a cool movie. But anyway, these two guys were sitting in my row. It was a recliner movie theater, so there's only like 10 seats in each row. And these two guys came and they sat at the end of one row, and I was right in the middle. So they were pretty close to me. At one point in the movie, about maybe 20 minutes in, they started chatting with each other. And first I was just like, okay, annoying, but I'll let it go because it's probably just a little quick thing. But it became sort of like conversational. And after like closing in on probably about a minute, I was like, I said in a very, as polite as I can get in that sort of situation, because people should know not to talk during a fucking movie, but as polite as I could be, I said, guys, please stop talking. And I said it matter-of-factly. I wasn't going to dress it up in niceties, but I also wasn't really, aggressive about it. So they got mad. These guys didn't like that I asked them to do what they're not supposed to be doing, or to stop doing what they're not supposed to be doing. And they started talking shit to me. And then after, I was like, okay, I'm just going to ignore them, and eventually they'll shut up because they're here to see this movie too. But they didn't. And after, several seconds went down of this, I said, shut the fuck up. Because politeness didn't work, so it was time to, bring it up a notch. So this set these two meatheads off. Mind you, these guys kind of seemed rednecky. Two white dudes, maybe in their late 20s, kind of seemed. One guy was a bit beefy, but sort of out of shape beefy, and the other guy was scrawny. They got really mad when I said, shut the fuck up. And they started saying they were going to beat me up. And they started saying, they started like threatening me within the movie theater. The one guy got up and stood right next to me, and I just started laughing at them. I thought this was funny. I wasn't afraid of these two pieces of shit. Worst thing that'll happen is, they'll make the first move. There's plenty of witnesses that would back that up. And then I would get up and I would make quick work of these two pieces of fucking shit. Because I know I can, because I remain calm in the moment. They're flailing about, and I'm just kind of calm. I'm seeing every millisecond of that situation. I know what was going on. I have control of the situation. These two pieces of shit don't. So I would use that weakness to dispose of them accordingly. But anyway, they start flipping out. They're saying shit, and finally I said, guys, you're ruining this movie for everyone. And the guys, fuck this movie. Oh yeah, it's such a cool movie. It was bizarre. And then other people started saying, shut up. Stop, and they were standing up. So finally, the one guy takes up a plastic bag full of whatever garbage, and he throws it at me. Luckily, well, it was funny, he had tied it up first before throwing it at me, which is weird. You think you're pissed off at somebody, or maybe he tied it up because he was just tying it up because it's a bag of garbage and that's what you do. I don't know. And then he didn't plan on throwing it at me. But a few seconds went by, he threw it at me. I didn't do anything. I wound up throwing out that bag at the end of the movie because I'm not going to leave it for the employee of AMC. And these guys stormed off and left the movie. So, they set themselves out $25 because they got mad because someone said, guys, please stop talking. And I said it about like that. Guys, please stop talking. I didn't even say it like in any sort of aggressive manner. It was a really weird situation because I got the gist that maybe there was some insecurity going on, because at one point the one guy said that he was just explaining a part of the movie to his friend or something. I don't know. It was weird because that doesn't let you off the hook. Like, explaining the movie doesn't give you permission to fuck up the movie for all the other paying customers. I don't get it. Like, sometimes you won't understand, like, that's what I don't get either. Sometimes you won't understand a movie. Some people need this desire to always understand what's going on, but sometimes movies are constructed in a way that you won't really understand what's going on, maybe even ever throughout the movie. And I got the sense that maybe one or both of these guys were really confused by this movie. And it is possible, because Nicolas Cage is one of those actors that will waver between, art house sort of like weird shit that people sometimes find difficult to understand, and just really straightforward action type movies. This was definitely Pig, which is a pretty cool movie. As I said before, you should see it. That's definitely on like the art house weird side of things. Though it's not really that complicated. As long as you're paying attention and don't have too high of expectations to have every little fill in the blank answered for you, you'll be able to follow it. These guys, obviously one or both couldn't, and they got mad when another human being who they were annoying, doing something they weren't supposed to do, they got mad when that other person politely asked them to stop. Really bizarre situation. So anyway, anybody watching this video to this point, let me know in the comments what you think about this. What do you think about people talking during the movie? Like, this is fucked up, right? Like, I don't go to the movies lightly. It's an expensive thing to do, to pay that much money for like an hour and a half worth of entertainment, in my personal opinion. So I spend some time thinking about what movie I'm gonna see. I don't wanna hear some bozos explaining the movie to each other, because most likely I'm sitting there paying deep attention to this movie. And so the idea of having to have it explained to me is so bullshit, because you shouldn't have to have a movie explained to you if you're sitting and paying attention to it. Anyway. Later.